Hey folks, it's Lev. I use he and pronouns. Welcome back to my channel. I'm starting to sound like a YouTuber, which I don't think of myself as. I just like creating content. But anyway, hope everyone's been well. I wanted to make a video today talking about common trans misconceptions or misunderstandings and share a bit of my perspective on things. So the first thing is being trans is a choice that is false. No one chooses their gender identity. No one chooses their sexual orientation. No one chooses to be LGBT, but it's like the same with cis people. Cis people don't choose to be cis. So why is it just assume that trans people choose to be trans or non-binary people choose to be non-binary? It's part of who we are. And now a comparison I like to make is one's eye color or the length of your hands or your height. We don't choose any of those things. It's just a part of who we are. And that's the same with being trans. It's just a part of who I am and who trans people are. It's not a choice. The second thing is that I've seen this more so online than in my real personal life. It's that if people learn about being trans, they're gonna be converted into being trans, which makes no sense at all. Because when I was growing up, I didn't even know what being trans was. I didn't even know that the LGBTQIA+ community existed in general. I didn't know what being gay was, or being a lesbian, or being bi, or being non-binary. I didn't know about any of that. The only thing I saw in media is cis people and straight people. Even not knowing about trans experiences and whatnot, I experienced gender dysphoria. I now come to realize that I am trans. I've come out as trans. I'm living as a male. And I also am not heterosexual, which is something I did not know of when I was younger. So I learned about straight people and cis people my whole life. And yet here I am. I am trans and not heterosexual. So the argument that, learning about something makes it is just illogical to me. I don't understand it. Another example is I'm trying to think of one that's not too heavy. Let's see. I learn about people from different cultures, and I learn about different cultures and what each culture, the way people live lives and stuff from watching YouTube travel videos. Does that mean I'm just gonna convert into another race and be like someone else? It doesn't work like that. And linking back to my previous point, I've heard online about the gay agenda, and I think I've heard of the trans agenda too. I just want to say that my identity and who I am as a person is not an agenda, and I'm not trying to spread anything. I don't know why people think that being LGBT is some sort of agenda that's trying to turn people into something. It's just if anything, it's actually the other way around, because conversion therapy used to exist for gay people, and straight people tried to turn gay people straight. So it's actually the other way around. Another misunderstanding that is quite common, and it's actually a misunderstanding I held before I learned more about what it means to be trans and how everyone's experiences are different. It's that all trans people medically transition, and that's not true, because not everyone has the means to, not everyone has the financial capacity to. They may live in an area or part of the world where there lacks services to support trans people in medically transitioning. For some people it may not be safe to, because of perhaps the family they live with, or their household, or their culture. It may just not be safe for them to medically transition. And some people may not even want to medically transition, and socially transitioning is enough for them. Yeah, so that's definitely a misconception I broke after learning more about it. Another misconception is that trans people have to, or trans or non-trans, and another misconception is that trans and non-binary people or trans, non-binary, gender diverse people, all of that taken together, is we have to dress, act, present, behave, etc. in a certain way to be valid as trans, and that's not true at all, because one's identity is already valid. It's who they are. It doesn't change based on the way they present themselves or act or dress. It's just a part of who we are. It doesn't change, and it's not defined by what we do and do not do. I'm going back to the eye color. What was it? Yeah, the eye color example. Just say someone has brown eyes. Just because they wash their eyes, it doesn't mean that their eyes are no longer brown. Like, it doesn't change. One's eye color does not change based on whether they wash their eyes or not. I don't know if that's a weird example, but that's the only one I can think of right now. There's also the idea that trans men are not real men and trans women are not real women. And I don't understand that, because what defines a real man or a real woman? What does that mean? Like, I actually want to have a conversation with someone who actually believes this and trying to genuinely understand what they mean by this, because I don't understand it. What does real mean? Like, the people who are against trans people, people believe that real men have certain genitalia and real women have certain genitalia, but gender is not defined by one's genitals. It doesn't. It's not. Oh, another thing I've heard. This one's not so much a misconception, but it's something that's been said. Like, not to me directly, but people I've watched online who are LGBT. It's you have to prove it, and proving my gender or proving my sexual orientation, like, why do I have to prove to anyone anything? Like, I am me, and whether I am valid or not as me and my identity is not determined by whether you approve of it or not. So I don't understand why I need to prove anything to anyone. It's like me saying to a cis person, prove that you're cis, or straight person, prove that you're straight. Digging deeper, to the people who actually say prove that you're a man or prove that you're a woman, what exactly do you want to see? You want me to strip down naked for you or something like that, so you can see? Like, is that what you believe? Like, I had to have male genitals to prove to you that I'm a man and not a woman? Like, is that what you want to see? Like, this just took a 360-degree turn, but it's an honest question. And actually, I'm very curious about the minds of these people who say prove it.